Hi, folks. And we have reached Alpha Centauri. Well, not Megas Alexandros from our previous civilization playthrough, but one of many factions. Back in the day, this was, frankly, even more revolutionary than civilization, in my humble opinion, because it married, to a degree, a narrative. A bleak perspective on humanity's future. Essentially, humanity will never learn. Or will it? Maybe. And a whole plethora of technological extrapolations, let's say, into future technology, but also human, let's say, integration with an ecosystem that is, spoiler alert, intelligent. And a whole bunch of options regarding unit components and weapon choices. You can essentially assemble different unit types according to your technological level and the specific use you intend the unit to perform to a high degree, so highly customizable. Let's get into the meat of the subject, shall we? Start a game. Do we want the map of planet? The main features will be present in any map, but some specifics will not really match up with the vanilla map. Let's just make a random one. A standard planet, we don't want the game to go on forever. Difficulty level, let's go for an average level. We also don't want our enemies to be super aggressive and cheat. So I think it's a specialist or talent, the level at which the AI doesn't cheat. Let's go for talent. Standard rules. And here are the different factions. Peacekeeping forces, humanitarians, Lord Believers, fundamentalists, Spartan Federation, survivalists or militarists, Morgan Industries, the Greed Fucks, University of Planet, that want to exploit everything and everywhere and everyone, University of Planet, the scientifically minded, some might say blinkered, Human Hive, appropriately named, and the Ecologists. Actually, well, to a degree, they were right about the issues on Earth, more than any one of these other factions, and doubly so in Alpha Centauri. We'll see why. So, I'm not sure what we should pick. Because obviously what we will pick will not be selected by anyone else. And some of these factions are obviously much more difficult to defeat than others. The green factions tend to be difficult for a specific reason, which we'll go into later. So if you want to read why their philosophy works the way it does, in very simple terms from the synopsis here, you can pause. And of course, we'll get a lot more into each faction as the game goes along. Technologies and wonders and whatnot, they always have a really complete and in-depth description and quotes from the leaders and so on, you really get to know the ideology and the philosophies between each and every one of these. I think we are going to select the green faction.
In the Great Commons at Gaia's Landing, we have a tall and particularly beautiful stand of white pine, planted at the time of the first colonies. It represents our promise to the people and to planet itself, never to repeat the tragedy of Earth. Lady Deirdre
Smart
Sky,
plan.
Planet Dreams.
Smart plan. A new era of struggle and opportunity awaits you. Yes. UN Starship Unity has arrived in Alpha Centauri and broke up, of course, as we saw in the intro. All contact with Earth has been lost. Captain Garland's assassination by an unknown assailant? Let's face it, most likely either the despots, the fundamentalists, the militarists, or the corporatists. The ensuing conflict, some seized control of the Unity's colony pods. You now shape the destiny of your Gaian faction, which has just made planetfall. We'll get introduced with this really nice animation and the founding of our first base, Gaia's Landing. We have crash landed on Alpha Centauri. It stores, yes. Would you like a tour of the interface? Not really. If you're interested in that, you can play the game. It is a magnificent game. So, we have scouts, the very simplest and slowest and weakest of units that can actually defend or attack. We have crashed pods that often have good stuff in them, sometimes really bad stuff. Yes, it's always a gamble, much like Civilization's villages, only thematically linked into the crashed ship. So, Psych, Econ, and the labs. We're half and half on economy and the labs. What are we producing? We are not very resource rich where we are now. We're making formers, which is good. They can terraform by building roads and planting forests if we want to, and so on. Forests do grow naturally over time. They spread out if you don't cut them down, and that can be useful. Though fungi, as we're gonna find out that is, the nutrients that we can extract from them, not so good right now, but we are the green faction, so we'll soon see some improvement from that. There's an automated governor you can assign for specific build queues, or for more in-depth instructions. I prefer to never use the governor because they're stupid. We can check out the support units. The psych, meaning the morale of sorts, the morale level of your population. The overall output. The intake and consumption, meaning whether they're starving it or not. What you're building, here, what you're growing in terms of how much surplus food is getting stored. Once you get to the full storage, you grow in size. If there's any trade routes, any buildings already in place, etc. So, we have formers building. What do we want next? What can we build? Not much. The weather paradigm is a wonder that will increase our terraforming rate by 50%. That is very good. We will... we would like to have that. But, first off, another colony pod. We need to expand. So, but before we expand, actually, we will need protection while that guy explores. Actually, can we... Can we build a new unit? Do we have the option for anything else? No. Just a very simple colony, terraforming, or weapon mod. Only land and level 1. Okay, so we cannot do anything. And this is a menu we're going to see very often with all of the unit types we can design. And of course, on presets, as you can see, there's a great variety of unit types. Right, so let's explore a bit, see if that's not catastrophic.
Nutrient resources.
Nutrient resources, so that's more food. Right, so there's a stony outcrop there. I'm not sure if that's where we want to go.
Turn complete.
And, oh yeah, do we want... Pause at end of turn, yes. Move quickly, no, that's fine. Design units automatically, that's also fine. Yeah, confirm that, just in case we might get lost. Do we want them... We want them to be able to remove fungus now. Maybe we'll change that later. Right, turn complete. Going for the other pod. Have a base within 2 squares that we're able to produce additional food. Yeah, we found that out already.
Turn complete.
And that's the edge. Oh no, that's a land connection there. Potentially also there. Supply pod seated by your starship, the Unity. Our items of particular interest as you explore the planet. You must enter the square containing the pod to find out what it contains. Yeah. A mysterious monolith. We shall investigate. Enhance our unit to green status. That's one of the worst. Oh, they're right next to us. Switch to main view screen. Let's check the profile first. Cooperative erratic. Explore and discover. That I think is random. I mean, he is erratic, so random, but the personality type itself is selected randomly, I think. It's not a fixed trait. Alright. Planetary Council votes. There is a planetary council once you find enough of your brethren, as it were, to vote on who should become leader, if there's an agreement, or just pass different types of policy. Let's talk to them. Told you build yourself a respectable empire. I plan to defend the humanitarian principles, and I will brook no interference in this matter. Yeah, sure. I will share my files on biogenetics if you disclose Centauri ecology. Do we need biogenetics? Might as well.
We hold life to be sacred, but we also know the foundation of life consists of a stream of codes, not so different from the successive frames of a watchvid. Why then cannot we cut one code short here and start another there? Is life so fragile that it can withstand no tempering? Does the sacred brook no improvement? Chairman Shen Jiyang, Dynamics of Mind.
So, now you see. Audio description on quotes, and this Shen Jiyang is the leader of the Hive faction. And wow, what a mess of concepts all meshed together and ill understood by the person making the point. And actually, there's also an interesting aspect of the game. It sort of makes me think of Newspeak from 1984. So they make words. Watch vid. That's clearly a video or a record of some sort. But yeah. Why can we not cut one cord short here and start another there? Is life so fragile it can withstand no tampering? Well, most things, if you cut and mishmash, tend to not be what they once were. Not every that can be broken can be put back together again. I'm guessing he did not read Humpty Dumpty. Does the sacred, as if something not being reassemblable means it's sacred somehow? Brook no improvement. I mean, it's a mess. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's clearly got this philosophical bullshit soup swimming around in his head. And dangerously, he believes it. The alien environment on planet brought a host of unforeseen health problems for the colonists. Of course, alien environments. Biogenetics center on prevention and treatment of these problems. Researchers in this discipline seek an understanding of the entire genetic code. Something we don't have, apparently. So we'll be able to make the Human Genome Project. That is a wonder that will provide one extra talent at every base. A talent care to exchange cartographic information. Not right now. The fragmentation of the mission has been a disaster. Treaty of Friendship. Sure, a lofty goal. With the new treaty, we have an open door for trade and commerce. Aha! Each of our bases, if it is large enough, may now begin receiving bonus energy generated by trade. Excellent.
Turn complete.
Their unit has suffered damage. I wonder how. Because of its proximity to fertile land and other resources, this should be an excellent location to build a base. Well, it's a bit too close with our other base.
Turn complete.
Ah, he couldn't move. Okay. No, never mind. Yeah, that's a border with the UN. Okay, let's check that out.
Turn complete. Production complete.
Right, so former units can terraform. We can put it on automatic, Shift A, and they tend to do a fairly good job of it, and it does reduce micromanagement. So let's do that.
Turn complete.
So, what should we focus our energy on? I think for the time being, colonization and population growth, so we can grow our
Turn
overall
resources.
power.
Bot recovered.
Oh, forest, okay.
Turn complete.
Yeah, that is too tight for another colony, so we'll have to move the pod over there. Maybe there's land. Yeah, I see on the cartographic, you see height. So there is land over there.
Indigenous life forms.
Okay. We capture them, good. Maybe we should
Turn
move
complete.
there. So we now have, two pops working. And a talent is a more able pop that can either be a scientist specialist, kind of like in Civilization, a wealth specialist, a psych specialist, meaning morale.
Production complete.
All right. So, units can do a few different things. In terms of military action, there is no fortify, as it were. There is hold this position. So, we now have a farm. Excellent. So that's even more nutrients. Yeah, we're growing fast. Let's move the scout there. And xenofungus, a plant native to planet. And you will find it growing wild in many areas of the planet. Earth plants cannot grow in squares containing fungus unless you clear the fungus first. So forests and fungus sort of fight over the same areas. We'll eventually find out why.
Pod recovered.
And oh my, xenofungal bloom, that's an explosion of fungal growth.
Turn complete.
On land and sea, as you can see there.
Once a man has changed the relationship between himself and his environment, he cannot return to the blissful ignorance he left. Motion of necessity involves a change in perspective. Commissioner Pravin Lal, A Social History of Planet.
And we're starting to get a bit more into how each faction thinks. Early colonists quickly learned the importance of reconnaissance and self-defense in this most alien of environments. Doctrine mobility formalizes these cornerstones of military might, representing the first attempts of an organized defense policy on a planet. Aha! So, we now have speeders and command centers. We have obtained technologies which allow us to design better units. This is the auto design option. Would you care to see the new units our engineers are proposing? Yes. So a scout rover is essentially just a chassis speeder with the basics of a scout patrol. Okay. And let's keep on explore and population growth. And we have our first discovery. University, of course, managed to do that 2 years prior.
Nutrient resources.
Okay.
Turn complete.
We'll be building... It's going to take a while for a new colony pod. But growth is fast. That's good. That's good. So after the colony pod, I think we should probably go... I think wear paradigm. And as you can see, prototype units are more expensive to build. Prototype meaning it's the first you've built of that kind. Which is a neat mechanic. Weather paradigm, terraform rates. That means we need fewer formers. Is that really crucial? I think one talent is more important. Recycling tanks are also very useful. Because they increase, output of the base square. They're fast to build. Maybe that's a mistake. We should start. That's 10 turns. Yeah, that's 10 turns off of the wonder. Let's put the wonder first. Human Genome Project first. Oh, yeah, there's land over there. Farmers are building a road. Units move 3 times as fast when they move along a road. Roads also increase the outputs of mines. Good.
Turn complete. Turn complete. Nutrient resources. Turn complete.
Aha. So, I think this is a good spot for a colony here. We might be blocking UN growth into our territory. Let's... maybe there? That's not a water tile. I think I want it there then.
Turn complete.
We also want new colonies over here. So there. There, yeah, we need a lot of colony pods.
Nutrient resources.
Agricultural pod has cultivated the area. Oh, there are farms automatically built.
Pod recovered.
25 credits. Okay. So, do we want it near water? Near water, cities can build ships. They're also vulnerable to shore attacks. So we might not want that, actually. Yeah. Resplendent oak. First Gaian base since planetfall. Brother Lal has, yeah, since long ago. 10 years, in fact. 10 turns already. So, we want a scout patrol. Yep. After that... I think we should go for... formers. Recycling tanks. Then 2 colony pods and see what's what.
Turn complete.
Oh yeah, we want a colony pod right there. That's very rich terrain. Forests, farms that were pre-built. Maybe right there. Right there to make use of the farms. Maybe right there to make use of the farms. We'll have to check it out with the worms.
Production complete.
Yeah, I think right there, maybe. There. Yeah.
Mineral resources.
Oh. Perhaps this container should stay home? Yes, that is my plan. Hold.
Turn complete.
Let's have this guy go around like this, and the worm go around like this. See what the limits are to this island.
Project initiated.
We have built a solar collector, improving the energy output of the square. Speeds research and increases your wealth. So, I think maybe there, in fact. Yeah, move there.
Turn complete.
Big forest. That's a big forest. How far? Yeah, they're still a bit far away from growing again.
Mineral resources.
A data pod. Oh, a comlink for Chairman Chenjiang. Abundant minerals. If you have a base within 2 squares, they get extra minerals, yeah.
Turn complete.
Thought as much. So we can communicate with Chenjiang. Familiar face of Lady Sky. You may be aware that I plan to found a society on the principles of security and control. Yeah, do not attempt to interfere. Maybe interested to know that I've been in touch with our former colleague Miriam. Oh, the fundamentalists. Who lately has been styling herself Sister of the Believers. Miriam has become quite obsessed with her life of worship. But I have had several fruitful conversations with her. If you like, I can provide you the comlink frequency and stage for mere 15 credits. Do we have that much? 64. Yeah, we might be able to counsel things up quickly then. Information on Centauri ecology could prove useful. Well, how about social psych then? I cannot trust you. Okay. So you're refusing to transmit your files. Yeah, make a trade or stop wasting my time. Your ideals are admirable if a bit misguided, and your faction needs not pose a threat to Hive policy. Shall we sign a treaty of friendship? Yes, for now. Not sure we're in accord for a lot of things. Any further business? I believe we're finished here. Apple Sky out. Aha. So, 2 comlinks. Miriam. Be aware that I plan to embrace the truth of the good Lord's scripture. Bullshit. Bullshit. And I will brook no interference in this matter. Bullshit. Okay. They've been in touch with Yang. Just between us, I find his mindless minions a bit creepy. You find their mindless minions a bit... yeah. How ironic. Not really irony, but that's how people recognize that. But so far, we've been able to cooperate, and he has not tried to interfere in my affairs. Speaking of which, I have a nice map. Oh, Hive territory. Happy to exchange for mobile... No. That will not be necessary. Social psych for mobility. Ah. I could divulge on Centauri ecology, not mobility.
If you can discover a better way of life than office holding for your future rulers, a well-governed city becomes a possibility. For only in such a state will those rule who are truly rich, not in gold, but in the wealth that makes happiness, a good and wise life. Plato, The Republic,
yes.
Data links.
Wealth, not in gold. That's a statement that rings true, well, at all times during humanity's history. Overcrowding about the Unity following the premature wake-up caused terrible conditions for the crew, but also generated valuable data concerning humans under extreme environmental stresses. Analysis of this data provides the first comprehensive mathematical insight into the social psychology of humans. Maybe we should, I believe Plato was an expert wrestler, and sometimes used that in philosophical discussions. So we might have that philosophy also shown here in Planet by Santiago the Militarist, for instance. We'll have to see. Are you willing to exchange mobility for a world map? No. Will you give this to us? No, nice try, that's confidential. I have been praying for you lately, Lady Applesky. The Lord wishes us to live side by side as brothers and sisters. We must sign a treaty of friendship. Sure. Amen. Yeah, we mean that, really. Amen. Lasting peace is a great gift indeed. This treaty demonstrates that the planet is large enough for both your environmental initiatives and for my life of worship. Yeah. Opens the door for trade and commerce, sure. Apple Sky out.
He held his arm too stiffly, and so was thrown back repeatedly, until at last I seized his forearm and snapped it back against itself. His training suffered while the arm healed, of course, but I felt this was a lesson he must learn early, and well. Spartan Kell, honing the key.
How appropriate. The militarists are styled to a degree on Spartan philosophy and organization, which is to say, highly dictatorial, hierarchical, not innovative at all, based on tradition and violence. Many radical young military officers felt that Dr. Mobility did not go far enough in the development of fast attacks and quick reconnaissance. Because mobility only takes land forces into account, these leaders worked to create the first navies on planet, based on doctrine flexibility, coordination and cooperation between forces made possible by control of the sea. Now we have foils. Excellent. Yes, better units. Transport foil. We can go on the sea. Excellent. We have gun foils. We can attack on the sea. Sea formers. We can thalassoform planet on the sea. And sea colony pod. We can colonize the sea. We're gonna make use of all of those. I hope.
Turn complete. Pod recovered.
Ah,
Turn
resupply
complete.
pod. Monsoon jungle. Ah, that's why there's so much forest here. It's the monsoon jungle of planet. The largest forest on the planet. And, okay, we're doing well. Fairly well.
Turn complete.
Ah, that's extra energy there. I think we should
Request
hurry that.
confirmation.
Yes, and that hurry that up.
Production complete.
Mysterious. Oh, investigate it. It's silent. Okay. The symbol represents abundant energy sources. If you have a base within 2 squares, I'll be able to produce additional energy. Good. Let's go
Turn
for the river.
complete.
And, okay, that's where that landmass ends. Excellent location to build a base. Yeah, don't show that again. I can make that decision for myself. Thank you. I think this is an excellent location for a base. I thought of that on my own. Lucky Autumn. So, scout patrol on. Do we need another former? I don't think so. So, pressure dome. Pressure dome is important because if at any point through orbital manipulation we rise or descend the water levels on the planet, and this is a mechanic that just broke my brain back in the time, because there is altitude on each square, you can rise the water levels or decrease water levels by manipulating the ice caps. And cities without a pressure dome that are on land, and if the water level rises above them, they will obviously be destroyed because they're submerged unless they have a pressure dome. If they're pressurized, they can continue existing underwater. Ha! So that's useful to have mid to late game in most cities, just in case one of your enemies has crazy ideas and manages to put them to practice. But recycling tanks and a couple of these, and then we'll see what's what.
Turn complete. Production complete.
Okay, so that's the end of the landmass, so we can build a colony, here and here maybe? That'll make use of most of the landmass, some of the water. Have a second, it's a bit of a waste having a colony there, so let's not do that. I'll have just the one colony on the water or water's edge. Well, once we start building naval, on-sea colonies, that's not going to be much of an issue anyway, so hold there for now.
Turn complete.
You keep exploring our continent. We could use a speeder unit actually to move faster across this place. but I think our two small units might be fast enough to explore all of that quite quickly. Unless it's huge. Could be huge and go on forever, but not likely.
Turn complete.
So you are 16, okay, 16 turns away. You're much more productive with the minerals, of course. 8 turns away. And you have grown again, good. The farmers should be getting back to terraform some more farms there, at least. And 28 turns away from human
Insufficient
genome.
energy.
Oh man, 1344. Yeah, cannot afford that at all.
Turn complete. Turn complete.
You come over here.
Turn complete.
And okay, university is doing better than us, but otherwise we're doing quite well.
Turn complete.
After the next tech, I think we should go military. Because even though Provenlal tends to be quite peaceful, not all of our competitors are. And now you can expand on land and on sea. We do need defensive units. And scouts do not cut it.
Turn complete. Turn complete. Turn complete.
It is every citizen's final duty to go into the tanks and to become one with all the people. Chairman Shen Jiyang. Ethics for tomorrow.
So, similarly to the water reclamation procedure you might see in Frank Herbert's Dune, where the Fremen recover the water from the deceased. I think that's what they're referencing here. They recover resources from the dead as well as other recyclings. So 2 colony pods on the way. Great. So
Turn resources.
okay, nutrient resources.
There are only 2 ways in which we can account for a necessary agreement of experience with the concepts of its objects. Either experience makes these concepts possible, or these concepts make experience possible. Immanuel Kant, Critique of Pure Reason, Data Links.
Well, interesting thesis, or postulate, rather. Remains to be seen whether you know. Either way is true, or both are true, or none. Huh. All past research on memory, learning, the senses, and other aspects of the brain did not answer one basic question. What is the biological mechanism of self-awareness? Researches into biogenetics and social psych finally resolves the last of the secrets of the human brain, providing an understanding of the fundamentals of consciousness. A big X! X marks the spot. If only Immanuel Kant knew. We have discovered secrets of the human brain. And we're the first to get there. So, Secrets of the Human Brain allows your colleague to make a new social engineering choice, fundamentalist. Would you like to make social engineering choices now? Let's see what they can offer. And here we are, social engineering screen. The aptly named and scarily named social engineering screen. Where from high on up, with the click of a button, you change what you expect your citizens to behave like. So, politics, economics, values, and future society concepts will affect economic output, efficiency, support value for your military, morale of your population, police repression, growth, ecological, let's say, symbiosis with the planet, probe as in vulnerability to subversion from enemy agents, industry and research. We are currently efficient and ecologic, but not the strongest in terms of repressing our people and being able to support a lot of military units or high morale. So, we could change to fundamentalist with the malice to research. We would have morale and probe. That is not very useful for us, I don't think. Just on lost science alone, so yeah. The excitement of this discovery stimulates a new burst of research. Good.
Observe the razorbeak as it tends so carefully to the fungal blooms. Just the right bit from the yellow, then a swatch from the pink. Follow the glow mites as they gather and organize the fallen spores. What higher order guides their work? Mark my words, someone or something is managing the ecology of this planet.
Oh,
Lady
ominous.
Teeter Sky, Planet Dreams.
Ominous. You can sort of imagine fields of fungal growth, razorbeaks, some sort of flying creature or insect type thing. I'm not sure. Pollinating or spreading the fungus. Glow mites, organized fallen spores. Yes. So something is afoot that we don't quite understand yet. So, we can now do Empath Song and Mindworms. The Empath Guild. And roads can be built in fungus squares. Because we know how to manage fungus better. Based on the secrets of the human brain and Centauri ecology, Centauri empathy espouses a philosophy of environmental harmony, emphasizing the search for mankind's proper niche in the new global ecosystem. We have another choice, green. That would be more efficient and eco-friendly. It would stunt growth, and growth is very important, at least for now, so no. Interlude from the Book of Planet. Reporting, lady! The young functionary stands stiffly at attention. Born in the early years of planetfall, she belongs to a generation which knows Earth only as a distant legend. Oh yes, because it's been many years now. Many years now. Lindley, I have a special assignment for you, you say, fixing her with an intense stare. These samples must be taken to Dr. Scott at Lucky Autumn. See to it personally. And that's a city that actually exists in the game. This integrates... yeah, the narrative integrates the game reality. Very good. See to it personally. You hand her a lead-lined security case. The cryopack inside contains the stuff of nightmares. Mindworm specimens. Viable specimens. Captured and preserved at the cost of untold lives. Scott's team has studied the recent mindworm upsurge and claims that the worm boils act as a sort of regulator for planet's ecology. Human settlement is disrupting the native ecosystem, and the mindworms are swarming like a kind of ecological antibody. Oh, trying to fight us. Scott has also reached an even more ominous conclusion. With modern biology lab facilities, mindworms could be bred in captivity and used as horrifying weapons against other human factions. At once, lady, Lindley says, stepping backwards into the accessway. Efficient, competent, and far better disciplined than the youths of the 21st century Earth you left behind. The youngins never know what's what. Lindley has grown up, and that's that has always been the opinion of older folk throughout human history, so nothing new there. Lindley has grown up in a world fraught with very real dangers, terrifying dangers once the exclusive province of the same manner of legends and tales to which Earth itself is now consigned. Right. Huh. Well, we want direct military applications for a bit at least.
Turn complete.
Right, so we've seen the first of the narrative interludes. We have expanded. We're building the first wonder, if we get there before someone else. Our faction power is the highest of any thus far. We will need to keep growing and expanding and discovering and building to keep our oh so meager lead. And we'll obviously go through game concepts as we encounter them. But this is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. What a game, people. Till next time.